times. Not to God.
Not black and white.
For God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, that whosoever would believe in him would not perish, but have everlasting life. John 3:16. God is love.
It's
never a lie with Jesus Christ.
It's not love.
You don't know what love is.
Submission.
You don't know.
Salesman, that's all you are.
If you knew who Jesus Christ was,
You're just trying to
I need you to pay attention.
You're a con artist.
If you knew who Jesus, if I was a con artist, no wonder why you're here listening every week.
You pretend
What's that
it
make
exists
you?
And then try and put us into your little trap. That's what this is.
This is a trap, folks. Watch out for my words. Listen, you're in this all by yourself.
I don't care. I don't care if there's 100 people agree with me or I'm on
I
my
know
own.
you don't
I don't
care. That's one of your worst problems.
That's one of my
You
worst
don't
problems.
care. Your favorite.
Because I'd rather.
I know your favorite song. Here's your favorite song. Me, 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 me. That's your favorite song.
Me hasn't been covered by
And
Metallica,
because
so
it's your favorite song,
it's not.
you
actually,
lack
no.
confidence.
I love how you
Ah,
like to make
what
yourself.
a humble
And then you
man.
mock a person for being
No,
an honest
listen. Everybody would mock somebody saying that their problem is a lack of confidence. Instead of saying you're a liar. Instead of saying, and you're,
I didn't tell you I haven't lied.
I didn't say that. You said I lied for before you. You had to point out my lie according to you before you would say I'm a liar instead of I lack confidence. Listen, be honest with yourself. You are your worst enemy. Your worst enemy is you because you're born in sin. All have sinned. All have fallen short of what God expects. The wages of sin is death. You know that?
Sin made up.
Well, you don't think sin exists.
I don't think. I think it's the word you use to try.
So,
and
how do
attack
you
me.
spell sin? S-I-N or B-A-D?
Well done, you can spell.
Ouch! Ouch! Bad!
That doesn't achieve anything. You should
Doesn't achieve anything. You know how many police are on the roads today because of S-I-N or B-A-D? You think they're out there to pat you on the back and say, love ya? They're watching out for people. So, well, let's see. So, do you believe that you've ever stole anything?
Have I ever stolen something? I've stolen the odd CD.
All right, the odd CD. Not the even one, the odd CD. Okay, so,
Try and use.
You want to burn him at the stake for stealing the CD?
well, it's okay. I'm a thief too.
Nice.
I'm a liar too. But finally, I got some sense out of you. Instead of, I lack confidence. Give me a break. Listen, thou shalt not lack confidence is not one of the 10 commandments. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Listen, the greatest one is the one you're yet missing. To love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul and all thy spirit and all thy strength. That's the greatest of all the commandments. Because once you get that love, the love of God in your heart, you won't stand there saying, well, there is no such a word as sin in my life. You'll say, I'm guilty, I need help. You won't stand there saying, everybody else is the problem, but he's not. You're not. You see, once you realize you need God's love, your small, little, itty-bitty love will be overcome by His grace. Do you know what grace is? Well, listen.
Cycling
Listen.
but you're not talking
Your definition of sense is so small, I'll never get there.
finish.
Listen, a responsibility before God is true sense. That's not much sense trying to hide your face. But a responsibility before God who created us gives us sense. The Queen had that, the one you don't like. She had a love for people, a love for God, and a love for Jesus Christ, her Savior. The Queen would say what you wouldn't. The one that you don't like would say she was a liar. The one that you say was so wealthy she helped very little. The Queen would say Jesus Christ is my Savior. The Queen would say Jesus Christ is the Prince of Peace. Jesus Christ, the one that she believed was the real royal family. Isn't it amazing, folks?
You got no example.
So here we go.
Let me answer.
The Prince of Peace. That's what she said. An inspiration and an anchor in my life. Here's a guy who says she didn't care for anybody but herself. How many queens do you know that would admit they're a sinner? How many queens would you know on this earth that has never, ever helped anybody? Yet she was open to the people, lived 70 years. 70 years. And here's one of her subjects that throws her off. That's what I just said, that throws her off. You're a subject to who? Me. That's who you're a subject to, yourself.
You're a servant. You've decided to...
You're a subject to yourself, you, and I. That's me. Now listen, I'm not against you, but you're a very good example today of a bad example. Stick around. Now listen, God's grace changes everything. If you reject the grace of God, I reject the grace of God. God's grace is Jesus Christ. When you reject it, you become self-centered.
You become free.
Free of what?
Free from this.
Of sin?
You're free from this
So you don't
contract
sin anymore?
that you're born in sin, that you're born broken. As soon as you reject that,
Well, he
you start
believes
to
he's born
look
in
at
sin.
reality.
Dear God,
you see
there's
that life
some
is far
redeeming
more
quality
beautiful than
going
the
on
world you
here.
want to create. Than the world
So you
you're
believe you
trying
were
to
born in
sell
sin?
people. No one's born in sin. No one is born
So
in
how
sin.
did you get that way?
How did
If
I
you
get
weren't
what
born
way?
in sin? How did you
What
get
way? What do you mean?
doing lies? Doing bad things?
Human beings lie.
How?
And they also tell the truth.
Who was the first human being to lie?
What kind of question is that?
Oh, it's a good question based on evolution. So
That's a stupid question.
oh, it's so
a
stupid you
really
can't
stupid
answer
question.
it.
No,
That's
it's
how
a
stupid it
stupid
is.
question.
All you
Come
can
on,
say
you gotta be
is
serious
it's a
now.
stupid question. I'll ask it again, and maybe you want to phone home or a friend. But listen,
Phone God,
you
yeah.
could Google it.
Phone God.
He can't phone God. He doesn't believe he exists. But you might be able to.
I might be able
No,
to phone God.
without
I call him every day,
understanding
man. With my man
that
Jesus
you're a
yesterday.
sinner,
No,
all you
love
can
that guy.
do is blame others.
No one here is a sinner.
No one? No one. Let me just see if you're right. Because you might be their God. Now, if you have never sinned and you're not a sinner, put up your hand. You've never sinned. Turn around, my man. You've got no disciples today. You are lost in your lostness. You are without hope, without Jesus as your Savior.
No, you have far more
On the
hope
other
than
hand, the Queen knew Jesus was
Hallelujah!
This is the Queen's word. The Prince of Peace, Jesus Christ. An inspiration, anchor in my life. A role model of reconciliation. forgiveness.
Of course she has to say that.
No,
Church and
she
all
lived
that.
it.
It's fine.
She
She's not gonna
smiled.
say she doesn't
She
believe,
smiled.
is she?
Let me see her
Serious.
smile. You got a smile?
I have got a smile.
She's got a smile. Let me see your smile.
She's rich.
Is that your smile? Oh, you think she's talking about Jesus. And this guy's the one that's rich in himself.
I'm not rich myself.
Yes, you are. It's all you know is yourself. Listen, I understand. Right where you were, I was there up to 17 years old. But then Christ changed what I could not change.
Hallelujah.
Jesus Christ gave peace where there was no peace in my soul. Thank you, sir. Without Christ, you just are reaching for straws. And they're all short. They're all broken. But Christ can heal your soul. No, it's not. Listen, you have every right to be wrong. Every right. Without Christ, you have come into a world empty of everything except for selfishness. It's all about ego.
It's not about ego.
It's not? Then why do you wear a cross upside down if it's not about ego?
Because I'm making a statement. It's my piece.
Well, that's ego.
It's not ego.
That's you making a statement.
Are you making a statement? Crossing your hand?
Yes, I'm proud of Jesus Christ.
And I'm proud
Not
to be
myself.
again. I'm happy to be
Not
again.
myself. I don't want to tell you about myself. You'd get disgusted.
Of myself.
Listen, but I will tell you about the one that rose from the dead, that defeated sin.
Which you
Listen, listen. If you wanted it to be proved, you would be willing to find out. You're not willing.
No, I am willing to find out.
Are you willing?
If you can prove to me that happened, then
I can't, but he can prove himself to
oh,
you.
okay. Yeah, I know
You
can't.
think I got power over you?
Yeah. So you can't then. Great.
No, he can. You
Yeah.
want him to?
He can.
Do you
have
want-
no proof that
Do you
exists.
want Jesus
So
to...
your imaginary
I can't
character
hear
can't prove that an
you.
imaginary
Do you
event
want
happened.
Jesus to prove himself to you?
If your God is capable, then
Wait a
he
minute.
should be doing it, right?
I asked you a
With
question.
good arguments and
Your
evidence.
answer
But your
can't
God
be
isn't
if.
capable of
I
doing
asked
that,
you,
apparently.
do you? You're asking for proof. I'm asking if you want God to
Can you
prove it.
demonstrate to me that God exists?
No, he's going to demonstrate to you. You see, it always is somewhere else except for this guy humbling himself. Listen, if
It
you...
will probably be that I'm supposed to pray and then Jesus comes into my life. But
No,
how would I know
no,
what I'm
not to
experiencing
pray.
is Jesus and not a trick of my mind?
No.
How do I know the difference?
You gotta humble yourself. You gotta believe that there is a
Don't
God.
be humble. Yeah?
Without
Don't be
that,
humble.
all you have is nonsense, like you are been saying. Christ
I'm talking
Jesus
on the ladder.
said himself, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who desires to come to me, he said, he would save them of their sins. Jesus said, I'm the resurrection and the life. Though you die, you shall live. That's the promise of God. When you die, you're going to meet God. The God you say
I very
doesn't
much doubt it
exist.
somehow, my friend.
You'll be
When
on
you
your
die, you
knees.
go into the ground and decompose
Without
and you're done.
humility,
That's it.
no man,
Story over.
no woman
Finished.
can see God.
Until you can prove to me
Why
that
not?
heaven, why on earth would I believe in it?
Well, wait a minute. One at a time.
Yeah, I hear.
No,
Yeah, I've heard you.
you go ahead. He's not making a lot of sense. Help him.
Why is this guy not allowed to see God?
He is. He doesn't want
Now
to.
you've
I'd love to
contradicted
see God
yourself.
if you can prove
I
to
said
me
he can't because he rejects him. You know.
How can I reject him if I
Is it like,
Well, I'll tell you how to receive him. If you let's take the test. Everybody, you want this man to see God? Yeah, I do too. I do too. So now listen. Are you willing to humble your heart to see God?
don't humble yourself.
Your God.
If you humble
The God
yourself,
of all gods.
if you humble yourself,
The
you have to pay money.
you
Yeah.
That's a little bit too much alcohol going on there. No, now listen. Are you willing to humble yourself?
To your God.
To your God.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yes, no, yes, no. He's having a hard time. I mean, it's amazing how difficult it is to decide sometimes.
Take money from
Dude,
a
would you
beggar.
like to meet the living God?
Like this,
Yes, go for it.
Yes.
Prove to me that you're living God. Yes, go.
You're not listening. I am not going to prove to you the God that proved himself to me. I'm just a man. He's God. You have to ask him to prove himself to you.
I am
Are
looking
you
for
willing?
a goddess.
I've done that. I've already done that.
So you're not willing.
No, I've already done that.
Well, it didn't work.
Yeah, I went to church. I've done it.
It's not in church. You're in church right now.
No, this is Peter's call.
This is my church. You're in it. You're standing just like the preacher stands. Like, there's no seats here. You know, listen. It's not a game. It's not a game. You want to play a game.
Get hurt because of your religion.
You don't get hurt.
People do
You're
get
all
hurt.
about the man. You don't get hurt. All you want is to have your voice heard, right?
That's why we're here at Speaker's Corner.
You do. You want your voice heard,
Yes.
right? Okay.
If I want to, I'll stand up on there.
If you want to. I'm not asking you about standing up somewhere else. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
I like you.
Yeah, well, you seem okay.
God is
I do.
the queen
I like you. I think
woman.
there's a certain
Your God
there's a
is
certain
dead woman.
amount of you that I think is well preserving.
There you go, because we're humans.
No, because you're created by God. And yes, you're human. No,
You were doing quite well up to you.
are you saying that you have no faith?
No, I don't have any faith.
No faith. Okay. So what is faith to you? Let's try to help this guy, okay? What is faith to you?
To me, when people use the word faith, they mean
Not to other people. Stop talking about everybody else. We're now talking about you. What is faith to you?
So the word faith, I believe,
it's about evidence.
So faith.
So I
is-
can't use that in real life, can I? I can't believe things
No.
about.
Faith to him is believing without evidence. So,
that's what you use. You use faith.
all right, fine. I'm not against that. All right, it's what I do. You're saying without evidence. Of course, the evidence been proved to me, not to you, because you won't receive the one that I receive. That's not my fault. No. Now let's examine your logic. So, do you believe in evolution?
Do I believe in
That evolution exists?
Yes,
Yes, by fact or faith?
fact.
Fact.
I wouldn't use faith in
Well,
science,
let's
would I?
just see.
That
Let's
defeats the
just
point of
see.
science? Come on.
So, whoa, don't blame science on your problem. Well, listen, you believe the
You're
single.
going to try and make.
But wait. We're going into your faith that you said is fact. Factually, how did the single cell organism begin? Well, you believe by faith. Not being an expert, he believes the expert are right. I believe the expert is right. Jesus Christ.
Faith to get to evidence. You use
All right, let's back up and help you a little better. Or as they say in England, better. Now, the expanse of the universe. Ever heard of it? The Big Bang? He has. He's experiencing it every day in that beer. It's an expanse. It's what the liver's doing right now.
Specific gravity.
Oh, we like you. We like you.
No, you don't.
I do too, and you know it. You've been around for years. You've been a wonderful supporter. Thank you. Now listen.
I'm a
Listen. How did the expanse or Big Bang Bang 13.8 billion years ago? How? You weren't there, but you believe it to be true? Was it true?
I can't tell you how the
Well,
universe
I
started, can
thought you
I?
said you weren't there.
either.
You've got faith. You've got faith. You just don't know it. You've got faith. He's got faith, and you know what?
I don't understand.
3 words.
What I'm saying.
I don't know. That's called.
I don't know. is
I
a good
believe
answer.
there is no fact. but I believe somebody else said, and yet he would put down the word of God that says God gave us his Son, Jesus Christ, that whosoever would believe in him would not perish, but have everlasting life.